Now we
There
are.
we go.
Always takes a little bit.
There
Always takes a little
we
bit.
go. There we go.
Couple seconds there. But
I am fried, dude.
Huh?
I am fried. I'm ready
You're
for
fried?
PAX. Let's do this. Yeah.
Look at that. People messaging me. What's going
All
on?
right.
Here?
Who's
Gotta
messaging
mute
you at this
stuff. Who's
time of
messaging
day?
me at this hour? What do
Welcome
you
to
want?
the Mid-Geek Crisis. Let's kick off the song. Let's get going. 2 minutes late.
Episode 66, right?
Let's start it up. Pre-PAX.
Pre-PAX. Let's do this with not new intro yet, but soon.
It's new to
Coming
us.
soon. New to us.
So exciting. Are we hyped yet?
Are you hyped? I don't know. Are we? I don't know, man. Like, this year's a weird PAX.
I'm already there, bro.
Look at you. He's already got his badge on. He's like, I'm there.
I'm already there, guy. Like,
I'm there.
Where's your train?
I'm a fish. What? Man.
I spent some time sorting my pins.
Oh, did
What's
you?
up, Tim? Coin Op Collective. We should probably talk about that. Rolls, thanks for joining for the show.
We should talk about it.
I mean, I'm ready. I'm getting put into the clothes. I'm putting together everything else.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish packing as soon as we're done with the show. I gotta go run an errand and pick up some small last minute things, including some
ball powder.
So this is
just dousing ourselves in hand gel.
Hand gel
should be interesting.
I'm gonna go shrink wrap myself before I go. I'm just shiny.
Please stop. I can only get so erect. Right?
I'm gonna wear a vinyl bodysuit.
Can you imagine how hot you'd be just shrink wrap at PAX East all day? Oh. So the CDC raised the threat level or talked about I don't understand how they did anything but make everyone panic. Like, they didn't really provide any good information.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that. Coin Op Collective is watching. That's us. That's all of us. Together.
We are part of this Coin Op Collective, a group of creators who are banding together to be stronger, I guess.
For the greater good.
It's all about the cooperative, right? This is put together by our buddy Jordan, who's on Brother Sister. They were on earlier, or I guess just Jordan was on earlier playing Star Wars.
Yep. Man.
So what are we excited for at PAX? I'm trying to. I know Nintendo's got a big thing there, which I'm excited for.
Right.
The Animal Crossing drop.
I'll talk a little bit about that. I'll start with that.
Just a little bit though. We don't want to talk about it for 30 minutes because I know Nintendo. You go off on a.
No. So I can't talk about Nintendo because there's nothing I can talk about. The one thing I can talk about is they will be showing Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
And they put out a couple tweets earlier this week that kind of created the hype, the mass hysteria. One, there's going to be a playable demo of which is, again, I was an enforcer at PAX South, which was 1 month before the official launch of the Switch, the actual console. Like, no one had actually touched the dang thing.
Mm-hmm.
PAX South was the only show that actually people got to touch it before it launched. That's how crazy that show was. And Breath of the Wild was launching as a launch title. And so there was a line to play Breath of the Wild, 3 hours deep. So I manned that line. I remember how crazy it was. But I also remember that if you weren't buying a Switch, you could play the game on a Wii U if you had one. Like, there was an option.
Right.
So my point was, people were waiting 3 hours for a game that was launching in 4 weeks. And
yeah, but it's a different experience, man. I can't.
Right. No, I get it. The hype is real. The hype is real. So that's happening again. Animal Crossing launches 1 month in 1 month. Actually, it'll be 3 weeks. 3 weeks away, March 20th, from PAX, and people are going to wait probably 3 hour deep long. At least
you can sign up. Actually, did you? I don't know if.
I'm getting there.
Yeah. All right.
So they announced that if you did the line or played the demo or went through and did your check-in with your Nintendo ID thing, you could get and they put up a picture, an Isabella patch, an Isabella pin, an enamel pin, a collectible pin. Of course, the internet went absolutely bananas.
Mm-hmm.
So then they said, oh, you're gonna be able to sign up. It started out. It was going to be 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m.
5
Central
p.m. every day, and they smashed the servers. Is that what they did?
Oh yeah. So I was ready at 1, and they killed it, and they killed the original tweet and retweeted they were going to be at 5 p.m. 4 minutes later, sold out.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was there. I have a screenshot of it.
So it was the Back to the Future soda all over again.
All over again. Like
so how do you sell out? I guess like.
So they're I think this demo is going to be timed, right? It's going to be like a 10-minute demo. You put 10-minute slots. You put like a couple-minute buffer between, getting one person moving the next person.
I mean, that's six an hour. That's about what they do, about 10 hours on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got 60, assuming you've got what, 5 stations? That's
no, it's going to be like 20 stations.
All right, 20 stations. Let's be generous with 20 stations. That's still like 1,200 people a day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's about 10% of the PAX East population, and that's how you sell it out real quick, right? That's what happens.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be crazy, mass hysteria. I'm excited.
Mass hysteria.
I'm excited. So Nintendo's gonna have that. That's their big show. We don't know what else they're gonna have.
Mm-hmm.
Square's gonna be there. Square Enix will be there. The entire cast minus Cloud is going to be at the Final Fantasy voice actors for the remake.
Cloud's too good for us.
I don't know. He's just on the list, but everyone else is on there. So the entire Final Fantasy VII remake cast will be there. So that's exciting. And what else?
Is Bethesda there this year?
I haven't looked.
They always have like a corner.
The only one that I could talk about was Sony was going to be there. They were going to have a big booth. Their big thing was Last of Us 2.
I'm disappointed.
Remake demo. They were going to have a bunch of games. It was going to be good, and they pulled out last week. And due to the COVID D, is that what are we calling it now? Is it what we call coronavirus? Is the name, the street name? But it's actually got it's called like COVID
19 D. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Everyone knows
the COVID virus is what they're calling it pretty much. So yeah, there we go.
I was gonna say, I thought Square Enix bowed out too.
I don't think they bowed out. I
thought it was Sony and Square.
I don't think did Square fully bow out, or did they? Let's see. Do we have a link?
That's nice that only 2 did. So yeah, there we go.
Oh wow, this is all new.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well. Wow.
Yep. COVID-19. That's it.
COVID-19. Yeah. There we go. See, that's why we.
But it's only 2. That's the only 2 that backed out.
That's 3 total, though. That's Capcom, Square, and Sony. So Sony as the company, plus they're publishing games, and then
that's a shame. It's going to be a light floor then this year with them not taking up so much space. But I'm sure PAX has a
no. It has the draw. The indie developers can't back out. They know that a lot of indie developers kind of
that the pod's too big to.
They get the media. They get the media craze. They get which will be nice because maybe the media will now focus more on the indie. But it's
Microsoft's still going to be there, right? And Nintendo's there.
I haven't looked. Yeah, let's do that.
Legacy 70 setting video with saying everything we're thinking. We wish the attendees would back out. We'd have more space.
No. We want everyone there. We want everyone there. Let's pull up that map. Let's do that while we're. What are you excited for? Have you read anything? Any panels? I usually look at the panels in the show more than I do when it comes down to.
Yeah, that's my Wednesday ritual. So I haven't really taken a look at it. I've got a panel I'm going to on Friday at 4:30. I forget the name. Jordan, if you could throw it up, I'll read it out. And then Dwarven Forge, of course, has their setup there. They've got a new setup. They've been teasing it on the Twitters, so I'm excited to see the Dwarven Forge setup. Although they're not running games this year, I'm going to call them out for that nonsense. But
what?
Yeah, they're too busy preparing for their new Kickstarter to do that stuff. Look, the indie mega booth just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. Look how huge that is.
Yeah. So I'm pulling it up right. Oh, look at that! He beat me too. There we go. Good job. So let's zoom in a little bit for me on that.
Nintendo, Perfect World, Xseed Games. Yeah, Discord's going to be. Oh wait, no Microsoft.
So this has been updated. This has been massively updated. This is not what the floor looked like when I first saw the map. So it looks like as soon as Sony bowed out, they filled that space or moved it around because the Sony booth was going to be to the right of Mixer. It was going to be right in front of where Behemoth is. It was going to be Nintendo and Sony right next to each other. So the Nintendo booth, and then so that's interesting. So now we've got Square Enix is at the bottom, and they're on the map, but because they pulled out today. So that means that's another big hunk of space that's gone. Where's Capcom? Where were they?
Got Head Up Games, Coursera. Actually, not many. Square Enix did have a big presence, so no,
yeah, they did. They were a huge presence. So, that's interesting. I didn't know that they had backed out until just now.
I thought Xbox would be here, so it's a lot of like small.
So when you say Xbox, it's Mixer.
Where's that?
It's right in the middle, right when you come down the main.
Well, that's so. Yeah, they have a pin this year. I'll check it out. Maybe I'll trade my Twitch pin for a Mixer pin.
As we're streaming on Twitch at the moment. So yeah, that's the floor right now. It's looking great. But
it's very exciting that it's going to have a lot more indie space, a lot more indie games. Those are where I have the most fun.
Yeah, I tend to have most of the fun.
And Rose, you're not wrong. These PAX East has a lot of swag. It's a lot. I mean, if you're a fan of the show, I don't really partake of the junk, but it's a lot of junk. You come home with pens that light up and then die after 3 weeks, and
it's tons of money and marketing spent.
Foam hats. There used to be a lot more T-shirts. Maybe there'll be some T-shirts this year, but I usually go after the free pins as best as I can, and anything that's cool, Dungeons and Dragons related as well.
So I think Microsoft isn't showing up for one reason, right? I mean, what are the big things that the week thing now? I didn't even know I wanted 12 teraflops until yesterday, and now I can't. I can't believe it. Sony's going to announce 11.5.
I'm just gonna say it. Hot take: too many flops. We don't need that many flops. It's
wait. So let me
it's an embarrassment.
What is the number tera?
There are people with 0 flops, and we've got 12. What are you gonna do here? What do we?
So a tera is 1,000, right?
Is it 1,000? I don't know. I don't even know what the terms are anymore.
What is a tera?
Yeah, I grew up with bits, and now it's flops. Like I don't even know. I don't even know what these words mean anymore. I was like 64-bit. What are they going to come out with next?
Yeah, so that's the new marketing term, right? Like
I know it's
the teraflops.
Teraflops.
Yeah.
It was Red Dead Redemption 2, right? That's the game you played on your Xbox the whole year.
Yeah,
that's what I imagine. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh man,
See, this is what I'm talking about. Like the human eye can't appreciate 12 flops anyway.
Yep.
You need to play it on your 5K TV while going 88 miles per hour. That's the worst.
So yeah, again, the hubris, the announcement. I think of the launches in general are always funny. I always think back to the multiple. I mean, we've been around long enough to kind of see these launches, and I've been this much of a geek about launches since forever. So I've been paying attention and remembering the launches of all these other systems. And this generation is definitely weird because we're getting these announcements not like a drop and then like it comes out. Like they announced it last E3 and then they're like, it's coming. Here's some specs. Here's a little bit, drip feed, because they know that Sony's going to come out fighting as well. So they're going to make sure the hype is already there.
They know that someone's going to steal a prototype and put it on Game Informer, right? Like
they did, right? Isn't that what happened?
Why not just own it and put it out there as you develop it? Yeah. Bezos of bytes. This is what right, because they're billions. Is that what it is? Yeah. So it's probably going to be a day one purchase for me as well. I've never actually bought a system on day one, but I don't see why I wouldn't want to upgrade. I want an Xbox in my basement playroom anyway, so
and again, you're in the right ecosystem at this point, since Xbox is the only one you're going to jump on, and being able to buy a game and play it on whatever system you want, and it just like down codes.
Can't beat it.
Yeah.
That's
a great piece of news, man. Microsoft, I think that makes the hype train start early. I mean, we're in February and we know this doesn't launch till the holidays, and they're already like, chugging along. They threw that term 12 teraflops. They drew the line in the sand with their teraflop, And
PlayStation 5's like, we only have 11. How do we get 12? What's
you must give us one more. The engineers are like, it can't be done.
Maybe that's why they're not going to.
You see the Sony president runs in and turns up the knob, 12.5, and then like it explodes. It wasn't ready.
It's gonna be brutal. And of course, you can't go to 13 ter. Is it like bits where you got to be like even numbers? Will it be 14 teraflops, 20 teraflops, 5 blades, 6 blades, 12 blades? Like when does it all stop?
I never thought about the Gillette, the 7 blades, 15 blades, just scrapes your entire face off in one blow.
Like this big, we got extra large. Do one side of your face in one swipe.
My jawbone feels nice and clean. Oh,
no. So there we go. Consoles, very excited for the consoles coming out soon. Gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm excited. But I expect lots of coverage on that. Definitely, for sure.
At least 20 minutes of every show from here to launch. Joe's gonna talk about it. Just
absolutely.
Strap your helmets on. Absolutely, this guy. What else we got?
Okay.
Bad news.
So we got some. Let's move on since we've talked about the HD twins. Let's talk a little bit about Nintendo. We talked about them earlier, but one franchise in general, the Pokemons. Oh no, let's talk about Animal Crossing. So Animal Crossing is coming out on March 20th, and what else comes out on March 20th? Doom Eternal. And the weirdness of the fan base knowing that these two very polar opposite games are coming out has been weird. Has been Animal Crossing Nintendo Direct came out, and Doom account on Twitter tweeted out to Nintendo going, "Ooh, is Isabella gonna be there?" So, and then there's all this fan art between the Isabella sitting on the shoulder of Doom guy, and you're just getting tons of it. It's this weird crossover of cuteness and
Why is this a thing? I don't even know who Isabella is. Is it a dog?
Plebin, I swear.
With Animal Crossing's with the fox guy that you owe money to, right?
No, what? Fox, that's a raccoon. It's Tom Nook, and he owns an island now. Thank you very much.
Tom Crook, more like it.
Well, he's got nephews now.
Oh, and Isabella's one of the ones with beard.
So here we go. The fan art has kicked in.
Be careful about scrolling down. You never know how.
No, it's safe. It's safe. It's been very, very, very pure. In the sense that you're just getting some fun Doom and Isabella. It's the cutest fan art. It's drawing Isabella and Doom. So there's this the meme has been all the cutesy people showing up to the GameStop to buy their copy of Doom Eternal, and then the big buff Doom guys walking in to buy their copy of Animal Crossing, right? Yeah, so that's been the thing, and it's been fun. It's a lively fun crossover of two fandoms that has been very wholesome.
Your change,
yeah, very wholesome.
Can you play Animal Crossing in hell? That's the question.
I will be.
You will be. Not your favorite genre of game? Is that?
Oh, I love Animal Crossing. I love it. I won't even talk how many hours I've put in.
Every time I get an Animal Crossing game, I'm always like, do I have the time to play this? Why did I pick this up? I love it, and then I'm like, wait, I have to log in Christmas Day. I have to log in July 4th. How am I going to manage all this?
So I've got this on pre-order.
Uh-oh. No. Why Animal Crossing with Stardew Valley exists?
No. Who said that?
They're two very different games. Legacy. I think Stardew Valley has a end goal involved, and Animal Crossing never really did. Right?
Is there an end goal in Stardew?
Yeah,
there's an end game.
Well, you restore the. I guess I felt like I finished the game. Right? I beat the evil corporation. I married. I had the kids. There wasn't much else there. I made friends with everyone. Got the maximum number of hearts with everyone.
Whoa! This is some hyperbole being spoken here.
I have the Animal Cross right out of here, dude. That's not the place to do it. No, is it?
I'm sorry, fans. There are a lot of fans that watch our show that love Animal Crossing, and Stardew Valley is a fantastic game. Don't get me wrong. It's the indie darling for sure.
It's a whole different agenda, I think.
Well, isn't it more like the Harvest series?
Yeah, it's like the Harvest Moon series. It's a whole different branch, right? Animal Crossing is not like Harvest Moon. You don't, at least the ones I remember playing.
It's getting there. It's getting there. There's a little crafting involved now. There's all sorts of stuff happening. And
are you still just digging up artifacts and donating to the museum though?
Yeah, there is a museum. So let me show you what's coming for me on March 20th as well.
I'd argue that Stardew Valley would not exist without the popularity of Animal Crossing. However, Harvest Moon could not possibly carry it over the finish line to be as good as it is.
I had to.
What is this?
It is the Doom Collector's Edition.
Why? It comes with the helmet? Is this
the helmet? It fit. Yeah.
Do this. Is that thing in the back embossed, or is that just a poster? Is that like an actual,
it's like a lithograph slash like
relief? Because if it's relief, then that's pretty amazing.
It's a relief. It's like bumpy. Awesome. It's bumpy, and I'm not sure. I haven't looked too much into it. What sold me, of course, was the helmet because it actually fits. Like they've got some early releases, and it fits people.
It's not going to fit your fucking giant cubby.
We've got huge. I've seen the people wear it. They're like big geek guys. It's meant for big Doom guy.
It's either going to be too big for your head and look ridiculous.
I can't wait.
Or too small for your head and look.
It's going to be perfect.
Ridiculous.
Perfect, Pedro. It's going to make me so happy. It lights up. It's the freaking Doom guy helmet. I can't not have it.
This is this I don't approve of, but the relief looks pretty badass. That I can get behind.
Oh yeah. And also I don't know if you noticed that it comes with like a cassette tape.
So where's my gym bag? My canvas.
Yeah, it comes with a realistic gym bag of Doom guy.
That's funny. And then a mixtape. Is that what that is?
It's like the Doom and Doom Eternal soundtrack. But I'm not sure if that's a real tape or if it's like a tape.
Does it come with the Walkman as well? Rolls. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a silly question. Do you have a cassette player? Of course you do, somewhere in your house, right? Is that a yes?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, of course. I mean, I don't.
Well, yeah, I know you don't. That's why we have this show. That's the entire basis of this show. Like, I don't.
Quick poll of everyone listening: who's got a cassette player? Right? Like, I mean,
seriously, in chat right now, who still has a cassette player somewhere in their house? Say yes. Yes, I have one. No, I don't have one.
Respects on the cassette player. That's all I want to know. Informal, non-scientific poll. See, Jordan, and I are of the same. Oh my God, Rolls has one. See, this is the dichotomy of our.
Oh yes. I know you don't have a VHS player. You wanna know how I know?
Didn't I give you mine?
That's right.
I haven't been used in 20 years.
Look at this. Kendo's got one. I think Kendo is like mid-20s.
He's a millennial. Is that what we're gonna say? He's a millennial.
No, he's mid-20s.
Mid-20s with a cassette player. Okay.
Yeah, man. It belonged to his dad or mom.
All right. So we got 3 with cassette players. So 3 hoarders and 2 non-hoarders. That's a pretty good ratio, right? That's
and 2 people without happiness.
2 people. No, my life is full of so much fucking joy.
No joy. This is so much joy. 27. Oh my God. 27.
Wow. Kendo, don't reveal your age on the internet. Is it your first day? What is
what's going on? I like you put asterisk 26. I'm guessing it's like footnote.
Suddenly, this is an America Online chat room.
ASL, folks. ASL.
Direct instant messages pop up.
Now it's like if you're a woman and you put your age up, all of a sudden, like your DMs start flooding. It's like, oh God, don't open the pictures. Don't open them. Don't open the pictures. Never open the pictures.
Just dogs forever.
Hot dogs forever. That's right. Oh man.
You know what, Rolls? I had a super enjoyable experience explaining memes to an old man in my office the other day.
Please tell me this story.
No, it was. I mean, I don't want to disappoint, but he basically was like, he brings up his phone and he's like, "Can you explain this to me?" Just like a meme was on the picture, and I guess his daughter or granddaughter had sent him a meme in response to one of his statements, and he was like, "What does this meme mean?" And it was the one with the woman chewing the gum real fast, like. like nervously, the anxious one. You know?
Oh, the one with the eyes darting left and right. I know which one you're talking about. See,
yeah, we know this, right?
We speak meanese, like.
So I explained it to him, right, and I had to explain it to the meme to him, and then he went and showed me a second one. And he's like, "Well, what does this one mean?" And I had to explain it to him, and he's like, "This is the death of language. People don't talk to each other anymore. They just send each other pictures."
That is absolutely the most incorrect statement I've ever heard.
So of course I'm like, well, you gotta think of it this way, right? Like, language has actually evolved again. He's like, no, it's going backwards. They're using pictures. I'm like, yeah, but think about what the picture represents and how much more it's saying than just words. Like she could have written back, I'm anxious, but the picture is saying a lot of other things. I'm anxious. I'm comically anxious. Don't you remember this moment from way back when this was a TV show? We could think about that level of anxious.
Yep.
Right. So you get like a huge textual. I was like, think about the textual analysis of digging into what memes mean. And he looks at me and he's like, shaked his fist, like, and I'm like, there's a meme for that, bro. So I brought up with the club.
Okay, boomer.
Like, I was trying to be respectful, right? Like, you're right, Rolls. He's also the guy that says a picture's worth 1,000 words, but they just really don't want to learn it, right? That's what it is,
right? Like, isn't that a saying from your day, bro? Like, a picture's worth 1,000 words.
I mean, like, eventually we were talking. He was like, anything after 1980 sucks, and I'm like.
A part of you is like, yes, that's so true, yes. And then a part of you is like,
no. Empire came out after 1980. Already, your theory sucks. Like, already, your theory's terrible.
That's true. That's true. Fair enough.
Empire came out in 1980 before I get fact checked by everyone in chat. It's 1980. I know.
That's funny that you mentioned. So, my wife and me have this argument constantly, and she's very pro 80s music. She thinks the 80s have the best music.
Wow.
Which I can partially agree. I like a lot of 80s. I like a lot of 90s. She thinks nothing good came out in the 90s though.
Nothing good came out in the 90s?
It's literally her most hated era of music.
That's sad. Music came out in the 90s. It's the Smash Mouth.
See exactly. That proves her point. Like, that's exactly it. See, now the ones that you just mentioned there, I
mean, DMX, Jay-Z.
DMX. Okay, so the one argument that she will agree with me here is the whole hip hop scene in the 90s was fantastic. I think hip hop in the 90s was so. Let's take hip hop out of the equation because Jay-Z, DMX, all of that.
Let's eliminate the entire overall of the 90s excellence and put that aside.
Right.
Let's take everything good about music in the 90s and put that aside.
Which is the hip hop, which I think is great. Hip hop, I love it. But everything else, like the grunge movement, and not just the early grunge movement, that was late 80s, early 90s. I like that. I enjoy it. She's not a fan of it. And then everything like that came out of that,
I like throwing out the Sugar Cubes, there's a lot of good music in the 90s that
I agree with you.
Here's where
ska came out in the 90s.
I'm just gonna say this: anything before 1980s sucks. Anything before 1985 should not be played anymore in open radio spaces. Like, give someone else a chance. No more 1980s music. No more 70s.
But unless it's a radio station dedicated to that, like an oldie station, right? Like
they're all oldie stations now. That's my big problem.
Yes, Bjork was actually late 80s, I think.
I think Bjork was 90s, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I just remember, unless I was like really uncool, probably. Actually, yeah, I was. So yeah, I take it.
So Empire came out in 1980, right?
Empire Strikes Back was 1980. Jedi was 1983.
So speaking of old Star Wars.
Old Star Wars.
The High Republic launched. So this is their next big push, their next big book series. This will be book, comic. It's a way for them to kind of start talking about some older stuff without they can rewrite canon.
Oh, it's a comic book series?
It'll be a book series and comic book series. So this is called the High Republic. It takes place after the Old Republic, before anything new. So it's an in-between series. Like only
after the Old Republic, before
what is Star Wars. So like that in between era. So we're gonna get a lot. Remember when we used to read the expanded.
I don't wait.
So let's pull it up here.
I don't understand. Doesn't the Republic go into Star Wars? Rogue One doesn't it go right into the Phantom Menace?
So the High Republic, which has previously been referred to as Project Luminous, which is what they were kind of relating, will be set in an era where the Galactic Republic and the Jedi Order are at the zenith, about 200 years before the events of Star Wars: The Phantom Menace.
200 years before Phantom Menace.
Yes. So that's the High Republic time, but the Old Republic is like 1,000 years before.
There will be a Skywalker somewhere in here.
I don't think so. I don't think the name. I don't think so. I think the whole term Skywalker started with Anakin, right? Like
supposedly. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, so this is the Jedi universe, post Sith, pre Fall of the Republic.
And again, I always play your devil's advocate here because I get it. You're tired of Jedi. I mean, we're done with the Skywalker. But what's nice is we're going to get to see diverse Jedi, other, and the pictures already show it. We're getting all sorts of races and colors and
so what power, right? So the Jedi at the height of their power is what they're saying.
Yeah.
What power?
I don't know. I haven't read any of it, so I don't know.
And also they're most watered down. What? Like, I don't like the Jedi are as boring a class of beings as can be.
Oh, that's what we think, right? They can rewrite everything here at this point. Yeah. This is a full new. This is a page of.
How do you rewrite it though? Because you have to build to Anakin, right? You've got to build.
So I guess my point is eventually with their own hubris within the 200 years, their hubris and they're like nothing bad could happen. We're that magnificent and omnipotent in a way that nothing bad could happen, and then boom, everything collapses and blows up in their face. So
they stop letting them marry. They can't have sex.
Right. All of the So we'll see. I'm excited. I like new stuff. I'm jazzed to not see the same old. So I don't know. We'll see. I
wonder where I'm excited for it as well, but I'm like, where is the tension, right? Like where, if this is the height of the Jedi power, like, is there still okay, they're anarchist nihilists. Okay, great. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Knights of the Round Table.
This is King Arthur moment. This is like,
let's do it.
Here's my knights. Here are the knights of. But what's interesting about this is, and again, I have to.
Sorry, I just saw what Rolls wrote down.
Why would you say something so controversial? It's so brave.
I want that on a shirt.
Yeah.
Hey, Lucasfilm, if it's a Wild West setting.
Bravo, sir. No, you're right. You're right. So this is supposed to be like their moment of like, what's the best way? The Federation, right? The Federation is supposed to be like, oh, we're good. We're helping everybody.
Wait. So they're like exploring a frontier as Jedi at the zenith of their power?
Well, as in like they're expanding, right? So like the Jedi as
a samurai setting. Why wouldn't they just do like the samurai at the zenith of their power and just go back to the roots of what the Jedi were, which was effing samurai? Like
I don't know what they're gonna do. Again, we're only guessing. From blurbs and stuff. So I don't want to completely like burn it. But what I am saying is there's a lot of room for story here. They get to expand the Outer Rim. The idea is they get to go and find Jedi. Like other Jedi are looking for more Jedi. They're looking for more people that are Force sensitive. They're
okay.
Hey, you're Force. I can feel your Force power. I sense you here. Whatever. Oh, here's a race of so and so that we have never been Force sensitive before. Hey, here's a way to explain Yoda's backstory.
So they're looking to steal alien babies for their army of their religious order. I like it. Let's do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's do it. Having been raised Catholic, I see nothing wrong with this approach.
Absolutely nothing wrong with this whatsoever.
No, and then like Legacy points out, the creative team is very diverse, which means it's going to be great, right? So no, it's going to be at least interesting take, and there'll probably be a lot of nerds who hate it because it's diverse, right? That's always what we got for Star Wars now. And it's Star Wars. Rose, you are killing it today. Killing it. Thank you for being on the show today. Tip of the hat to this man. Or I think you're a dude. Yes, I remember this. All right. So yeah, way to go. Love it.
No, absolutely. What else here? What's good? What happened? What's some tragedy? Oh well, I wouldn't know. Okay, so let's back up a little bit and let's talk about the Pokemon story that I want to talk about here. So this is a good one here. Sure, and again,
straight up.
How amazing is that? This is good on this little girl. So she won the junior champions. She beat a 14-year-old.
So is this like what is this? I don't know what game are they playing?
This is Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Okay, Sword and Shield. All right.
So we've got a 7-year-old little girl, and the full match is on here. You can watch the entire match, and she just like kicks butt.
Does she?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She plays the right Pokemon, does the right moves to kick
everything.
Else.
She's been playing it since the game came out. She built her team. She went at it and just like kicked butt, man. It's amazing.
Smile. That's phenomenal.
Oh yeah. Scroll down for a little bit. There's some more stuff down here. Yeah, Simone Lim. I want to make sure we get her name. She faced off in Melbourne against the older, formidable Justin Miranda. He's defending champion with a long list of achievements, including 21-time regional champ.
Jesus Christ.
No, yeah. So this wasn't just like a fluke. Like this, like she beat a good player, and yeah, man, it's it was a great match. So you can watch the entire match. Please do so. But yeah, there was a handshake at the end. She couldn't reach across the table. It was adorable. It was adorable. But
are these like, is there an age limit to this Pokemon?
So there's 3 divisions. There's the junior, seniors, and masters. So juniors are like her age to 14, 15, and then from 14 to like 18 are the seniors. You can be like basically the teenagers, and then the masters are the adults, more adults.
I gotta pick up this game. That game looks beautiful every time I see it. How much money did she win? Was there a prize? Was there a cash prize for this?
I don't know. I don't know if there was a cash prize. I'd have to take a look.
She just did it for the LOLs rolls.
Yeah. So,
okay.
but it's nice, man. Like seeing first off, it's a good win. She was so happy they gave her this big this big EV.
That's probably the best prize in the world.
She was just like, yeah.
How much is. Look at that perfect.
They asked her, "Do you have anything to say? Anything to say?" She's like, "No." It was great.
I'd like to get off the stage now. That's my daughter, actually, is what she would do.
Like, you just won. Do you have anything to say?
No.
How much money did she win? That's a good question. How much money did she win?
Right.
Was there a pot? I don't know.
She was there for the money. She
was there for the recognition. I don't know if there was. Are
we already going incognito? What's going on here?
Look at me. Yeah, let's do the search. Prize money. Boom. No, that can't be it, right? The final day that's the world championships. This is the junior champion. So she won a junior champion.
She won a junior champion, which is
junior champion Pokemon. Let's do this search together. Let's do it, folks.
Oh, I'm not doing a search.
Prize money.
Look, it's like a teenager that won a couple million.
It looks like 10,000.
Oh, that's great.
First place got 10,000 for juniors.
And the world championship's 25,000. This is just starting up though, this league. Right?
Yeah. I think so. That might be right. Or maybe not. Maybe that's the trading card game. I don't know. It's got to be something. There's definitely a certain amount of money. I don't know what it is, but it's probably more than she needs, and it goes to her family, probably goes to her schooling, all sorts of thing.
You always need more money, bro.
Yeah, Fortnite, man. That was a huge pot. That was the biggest pot in video game prize money history, if I remember correctly. It was absolutely astronomical and pretty cool.
Yeah, that's good for them. Awesome.
Yeah, so seriously good for her.
Way to go. What was her name? Simone Lim?
Simone Lim. Lim.
Awesome. I feel like I'm following this with the bummer. I wanted to talk about Katherine Johnson.
Let's do it. No, that's it. No, we the youth and the old.
Yeah,
and the bucket of win. There's no loss here. I mean,
here's a representation, right, from one end to the other, right?
Women from one end to the other. Here we go. Again, the achievement might have been a Pokemon championship, but there's only greatness for this. For this little girl.
You're like, but did she put people on the moon? Like, here, let's talk about Katherine Johnson first.
Katherine Johnson, yeah. And look at that.
I don't know if did everyone in America go see Hidden Figures? I don't know. It was one of those movies that I feel like everyone watched and enjoyed, or at least
should have. Janelle Monáe is awesome.
The movie was included her character or person, Katherine Johnson. The real note here is how we talk about this a lot on the show. Representation matters. Right?
Representation matters.
And the work done to expose folks like this that work behind the scenes, like everyone that imagines those sort of moon landings and those rocket launches.
Yep.
Just think of the white dudes with the crew cuts with the white shirts, right? Those are the ones we saw.
Like we all saw Apollo 13, and we saw the same.
That right? This is the shots we got from Houston when we watched those rocket launcher shots. I mean, in fact, I mean, Challenger was such a huge deal in my formative memory because there was a female teacher on board the shuttle, right? Like I remember that being such a
huge ride.
Yeah. So here's Katherine Johnson died at the age of 101, which I can't imagine. I mean, I'm going to
say passed away with greatness.
Yeah, passed away with greatness.
I always see people going, "Oh, R.I.P." I'm like, no. I mean, yes, she can rest in peace, but like, it was not a tragedy. If I die at 100, like, oh God. Let me go. Freaking awesome. Like
75. Let's be honest.
In her prime. That's right.
Cautious lives his life. 50 is going to be quite the milestone.
You're absolutely right. That's the only sadness. The greatness about it was within the past 20 years or so, people started realizing who she was, and she started getting in. Then the past 2 years or so, 3 years that the movie came out is when everyone was like, "What?" So yeah, she finally got. Yeah. So, no, man.
Thanks to Katherine Johnson, right? Thanks to the effort to bring these women and formative folks out to the forefront of science, right? These are the people who inspire us. These are the role models that we want to present to our children. So, hopefully she's more present in our scientific community, and hopefully we go back to the moon, right? Like,
have we gotten a hidden figures like children's book yet? Like maybe
I have a bunch of ladies of heroic efforts and the Hidden Figures characters, and they were in the past, they were not, right? So, because they didn't really focus on the scientific.
Right. So this is the book. I do remember seeing one. That's why I was bringing it up. There is a great book that had good reviews, and I'm going to pull it up here. It's called Counting on Katherine.
Hidden Figure action figures is actually much harder to say than I thought it would be, but good one, Jordan. I like it. Thanks, Legacy. Hidden Figure action figures.
So that's a children's book, Counting on Katherine.
Very nice.
And it's actually reviewed very well.
I bet it is. I'll add it to the old book list. I got that one. May Among the Stars is the one we have over there about the.
Yep. There we go. And then there's also the Hidden Figures one down here.
I didn't want her passing to go unremarked on our channel.
Absolutely not, as it shouldn't be.
We talk about other figures who have passed, and like you said, Joe, this isn't by any means a tragedy. A full and wonderful life all the way to 101. So, but thank you, Katherine and Johnson and everyone involved.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we've got a few minutes left in the show. I want to talk a little bit about PAX preparation.
Go ahead. What are you going to do? I'm going to shave. I'm going to actually hermetically seal my mouth.
Right. So besides the getting ready and the hypoallergenic stuff and all that we're going to get ready. PAX is a ritual for us. It tends to be something we go to every year. This will be how many PAX has this been for you? This will be.
I was at 12. I was at the first one, so this is number 9. Right?
Number 9. So this will be 8 East for me. Number 8 East, and then including 4 that I've done for South, this would be 12, 11 or 12 PAX, 12 PAX for me. And it's fantastic. Every year we go, we have a great time. We've made friends, we've made whatever. All I can say is for anyone who's never been to a convention like that, vaccines. For anyone who hasn't been to a convention like this, let your geek flag fly. find your local convention, find your local gathering, go to a big convention if you can. You get to make friends. I've taken lots of younger individuals to a PAX, and they've all just blown their mind seeing that there are people like them other than just their close friends.
35 to 50,000 people.
Right. Which is why we're being very special this year. So what are you getting ready? Like, what do you bringing? Like, I know you're bringing your campaign. We're gonna do a D&D run on Saturday.
Yeah, so this is our third adventure. So y'all will be fourth level. I've got I found the adventure I'm going to use is by the Arcane Library. It's by Kelsey. Shoot, I forgot her last name. Looks to be a very good adventure. I've modified it a little because you folks are, let's say, more murder hobo-y than the adventure will allow. So I have to figure that out. When you're there, your
family. I get it. Yeah, no.
So I'm running that one. I've made some props for y'all, so I'm excited for that. I am bringing The Captain is Dead, and I am also bringing Dune, the board game, because
please. It just got a review. It just got a good review on Kotaku. Actually, put up.
And I have it, and we have to play it, right? So, and Amar, my buddy who will be there from college, he demanded that we play it. You and I are the biggest Dune fans, so we need to play it, right? Like, we have to play it. Go live and show us what's going on, mate. Joe is actually really good about
rolls. That. I will be going live. I'll be going live day 1, which will be Wednesday for me, pre-day PAX. I will have my camera out and I'll be filming and showing, what it looks like, etc. So yeah, no, don't worry. There will be moments of live footage for sure.
But my rotation is pretty simple, right? Thursday, the video game floor all day, and then board games at night, and then Friday I try to hit the video game floor a little bit, but typically I do the tabletop area. And then Saturday is straight up D&D and board games all day, right? So that's usually my full-on rotation. It works well. We do a dinner, right? You got the dinner. You're ready to go with that. So we're gonna
Yep. So I got something planned, or at least I've got a couple restaurants on the list, and then we'll plan it out. Everybody, we're doing dinner, but let's see. I fly in. I'm leaving 3:00 in the morning. 3:00 in the morning. I'll be hopping into an Uber. And getting to my airport. My flight's at 6, so half an hour of travel to get there, and then check in and all that kind of stuff. And so I land at 1 p.m. Eastern time at in Beantown, good old Beantown. And first thing I do, my ritual of PAX in Boston is I don't even go directly to the hotel. I hop an Uber and I go immediately to a lobster roll.
Oh, yeah. Gotta have that lobster roll.
Gotta have a lobster roll. So I'll be hitting up my favorite, James Hook and Co.
I like to throw an empty Bud Light at the Red Sox Stadium. That's what I do.
No, it's gotta be full, right? Full. It doesn't shatter. Half like full. Lukewarm. Just like kind of just been sitting in the car for a little. It's
It's Sox blow. 1918. That's what I do.
I've never been to a Sox game. Every year it's always either right before or they're out of town. One year we're gonna catch it, and I want to go, and just I mean I don't want to go to be a fan. I just want to go to Fenway. I want to
That makes me sad.
Yeah, if it was a Yankees game, Yankees Red Sox game, for around the time, would you go to as a Yankees? Would you wear a Yankees hat and go?
I just 2 Yankees hats because I know those Red Sox fans are going to attack me on the first one.
It's like the rip out, get that off there, like aha! Pull out that second one.
Now you gotta kill me.
oh God! Whoa! Yeah, that's right. Shipping will be on our lobster from Boston to St. Louis. I have my layovers in St. Louis. I will be in St. Louis for a few hours tomorrow, so I will be hours, if not minutes, away from where you are. Probably rolls.
It's in St. Louis. That's St. Louis, Kentucky, right? I just want to know.
Right, because Super Bowl was Kansas City, Kansas, right? Right. There we go.
Let's just rewrite the map completely.
Yeah, Fenway's awesome. It's kind of a dump. It is a dump. It's an old stadium. It's a dump, kind of like the old Yankee Stadium was a dump. Right.
It fits the Boston motif.
There we go.
city of winners who act like losers, right? So here's a stadium that is full of winning, and it looks like a dump. That's pretty much what it is there in Boston. This is not a hot take; it is fact. Just for the record.
Oh, look at you heading out to Cincinnati tomorrow. I like Cincinnati. It's a good city. I like the architecture in Cincinnati, in Cincy for sure. Always stop off, get some Skyline chili while you're there. Always worth it.
Before we go, were you the one who recommended Super Lucky's Tale to me?
Yeah, Super Lucky's Tale. How is it? Did you play it?
Love it.
Yes.
My daughter loves it. R loves it. It's got everything that I need. It's a lot. It's like some levels I'm like, man, this is a really easy platform, and then other levels I'm like, why is this so fucking hard?
But isn't it amazing? It's a Mario game, but like on like it's a Microsoft owned Mario game. Like it feels like a Mario game, like a 3D platformer. It is that character for them.
I don't think I've ever played a 3D platformer Mario game.
Okay, so you didn't play like so
Mario Galaxy, but I do think it reminds me of like an old Sonic game or Spyro the Dragon or any of those other games.
Yeah. There you go. 3D platform in general. So Spyro, if you play Spyro, you play Crash Bandicoot.
No, that's the PlayStation Mario. I know, but like it's just
no, it's not. Bandicoot might have been, but Sony did not buy them. They were too cheap. And we're going to make sure that everyone knows that Sony was cheap and did not want to pay Universal for it. At the time didn't want to buy it. And then so Activision bought them. And so Activision took it and then made it third party everywhere. And it was almost insulting when you got to see like Crash Bandicoot on a Microsoft system. Like it was a big deal. And everyone was like, oh, but he belongs to us. And it's like,
it's better in VR. I don't.
So Super Lucky Tales. So there's the original version of the game, Lucky Tales. There's a VR version of the game.
Okay.
Before they made the 30 platform.
Is saying it's better in VR like the old way of saying like, oh, it's better on the vinyl?
Yeah.
Like
yeah. It's the new old way. It's the you don't have VR, so you can't experience it like me.
The Oculus initial release, it came out on day one. It's just so much. That's the way it's meant to be heard and played.
I've played it that way, and it's really cool. What's really neat about it is this. Check it out. So that game that you're playing in the 3D space, usually you've got the camera behind Lucky, right? So you're playing and you're moving around and you're doing it. What's neat is in the VR, you're just kind of sitting in one spot. And you have your controller and you play him and he's moving around. But then like, if you want to see something that's around him, you physically have to kind of move your head and go, where are you? And then, so it makes it really neat because he's kind of like this thing and he kind of tracks you with his eyes like, oh, hey, like, so there's
some semblance of that sometimes when you like aren't paying attention or you let it like idle.
Yeah, he kind of turns and looks at you a little bit.
What you doing? What's going on? I thought we were playing.
Yeah.
But honestly,
Astrobot.
Honestly, for me, the way to play this game is I'm sitting there with the controller in my hand, I'm playing it, and my daughter is either climbing on my back or sitting on my lap, and we're rocking the game out. And she like often turns to me, she's like, "You really should have moved faster there, Daddy." Or what? Why did you miss that jump, Daddy? Oh, those plants squash you, Daddy. Like she knows what she's doing. But I really recommend it so much. It actually is. The puzzles are super satisfying to solve. The jumps are super satisfying. So
there's enough collectibles where it doesn't feel like it's too many.
It's got like all the good
finding all the coins, going underground or digging in there, doing all the It's
awesome. It's awesome, and there's room for mistakes, which is always a good sign.
Yes,
of a good
and that's also something that I think for kids in general, that if you feel a mistake, you're like, oh, and then he comes back and
she picks it up and explores. She's like, I'm going to climb to the top of that tree. There's no reason to go up there, but she's doing it, right? And there's enough space in the game for her to do it. So it's
but it also gives you enough space to explore, but it still funnels it in a good way to go, hey, you have to go this way now. So it kind of
is the falling deaths take too long.
Right.
It doesn't reload as fast as modern games now. Yeah, and then it's load screen, and then it starts you, and I'm like, what? Why isn't this more like Celeste? You die and go. Like
die and go. I agree. All
platformers should be die and go.
Yeah. I agree with you. That's a modern mechanic that should go away. Where like just if we want to make games like the game behind me, right here, where you die, you just start over quickly. Just give us that ability that like.
I'll take a 2.5 minute load time to preload everything,
and then let me die and keep going.
Keep going if that's the way the game.
If you're going to make your game twitchy, jumpy game, for sure, it should be that way.
so we can just go right back into the
shout out to one of my favorite games in the background, real quick, just because if anyone's asking what it's playing. That is, I've got Castlevania Rondo of Blood playing in the background on TurboGrafx 16. So there we go.
Because Castlevania that
actually PC Engine. I'm gonna be.
Everyone's named Chaos Lord 5000, right? This is because of Castlevania games that everyone's got the edgelord names, right? Is that?
Yeah, probably.
PAX East bound.
PAX East, guys. We will go live. I would like to thank Jordan from Brother Sister producing the show for us. I'm also going to thank the fact that we are part of the collective. Go find us. What is it? CoinOp Collective on CoinOp. Website is Coin Operative. Man, see, this is exactly
Coin Operated.
Coin dash. No, I forgot. Anywho, find us on Facebook. See, I can't keep track. We had to talk about this. I can't keep track. So it's Coin Up Collective on Facebook. That'll be easiest way to find us, and then you can get the URL from there.
There it goes. Coin Up Collective. Thanks for putting it in the chat.
Thank you. Boom! Look at that. Coinop-collective.com and coinop_collective at Twitch. And if you follow them, you'll be able to watch us live through there as well. We will go live and
if you're a creator and you do cool stuff, let us know.
Let us know. We can join the network and we can talk. Absolutely.
All right, folks, be safe.
Guys, PAX East cometh. We'll see you next week. I will be streaming and posting and sharing. Follow us on the Insta and Twitter and the Facebook and whatever you can. Pictures will be put up on there. All the cosplayers, everything that we're playing as we're doing. As I consume that lobster roll, I'll make sure you know I'm eating it.
Close in.
Close in.
ASMR, it's gonna be great.
So I'll put it.
Boo! Be kind, everyone. Be kind.
Love you guys. Take care. And I'm gonna throw up our intro, our exit. Where's our exit? And there it is. Bye, guys.